As we come to the last part of the armor, we're looking at the sword of the Spirit. And the sword of the Spirit is referred to in Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 17 as an utterance from God. It is a specific statement that deals with an attack from Satan, whereby he is seeking to either get us to act independent from God, be prideful, be disappointed or discouraged, bitterness in our lives, doubt, cowardice in spiritual things, lying and unforgiving spirit, stealing, corrupt communication, laziness in spiritual things, gossip, and busybody. Now, the sword is going to be used for any of those types of attacks that might slip through the other parts of the armor. Now we're going to be dealing with a specific statement from God that counters his attack. See, Satan wants us to act independently from God. So we have the full armor. We have the breastplate of righteousness. We have our loins, that is the sensitive part of our minds, protected with truth. We've got our feet prepared for the gospel. And we've also got the helmet of salvation on. And now any other type of attack that he's going to attempt to bring our way, we're going to use not only each part of the armor that impacts that specifically, but if by chance it gets through, we're also going to use the sword of the Spirit. Now, of course, the sword of the Spirit would deal with specific thoughts or desires within our minds, and we're going to counter those with specific statements from God. Now, this part is really important because as Christians, the whole Bible is for learning, but it's not necessarily for application. So we want to take those things that relate to proper application and apply them against any attack from Satan that seeks to get us to act independently from God. So it's good to have a bunch of verses in your memory that specifically deal with things like corrupt communication. You know, what comes out of our mouth, we should be very cautious about that. James talks about the tongue and how it's very hard to tame. And somebody who does tame it is actually one who is mature. What about being a busybody or being involved in gossip? That's not loving one another. See, these are the things that Satan is going to try to get us to do. And he's going to try to subtly get us to attack others or to begin to act independently from God. Well, the sword of the Spirit can deal with that. And remember, we have our minds wrapped with truth, so we should be examining every thought that's coming through and deciding whether it is looking at things as they really are or if it's trying to manipulate the truth into a lie. The reality is we are Christians. We are saved. We are ones who have life within us, and we can live out this life and manifest such a quality of life that it actually glorifies God. That is, it expresses a proper opinion of who God is. Satan doesn't want us to do that, so he's going to attack us. But God has actually given us everything we need to overcome him. We just need to apply it correctly.